And take a look. You know, the problem with 4th of July around the Central Coast is you're always trying to dodge those low clouds. We typically see the low clouds throughout the summer. If you're local, you know that. If you're visiting, well, there you go. Now you know. But we got some minor changes happening over the next couple of days here. Nothing too crazy. Ridge of high pressure is flattening out. That's going to set up this zonal flow. So really, again, not seeing much change in our temperatures. With that said, we will be slightly cooler for our inland locations, while we'll actually maybe see those clouds break a little bit this afternoon, which could give us slightly warmer temperatures around the coast, at least portions of the coast. We're still going to have that persistent onshore flow in those northwesterly winds. So south and east side of the bay, still you'll probably see those low clouds throughout the afternoon. But trough of low pressure going to help us cool down a little bit more. Now, this is a cool down in the upper levels. This is what this map is. But this does play into our temperatures, and we are going to see that cooling trend continue for those inland locations as this trough continues to dig down a little more to the south here. This is also going to increase our winds a little bit. So I do think we'll have one more gray day around the coast tomorrow, and then by Friday we should start to see those clouds breaking even more so because of the wind, the drier air. Going to be less stable for those clouds to actually form and stick around. So that means our coastal locations are actually going to be warming up while our inland locations are going to be cooling down. We're going to kind of switch. Right, so those are the minor changes we have. Again, it's not a significant cool down. However, we will probably see more of those 70s for our inland location as we roll out of the weekend into early next week. We still have those northwesterly winds, as I mentioned. Once again, they will be picking up as we head into lunchtime. By mid-afternoon, we're going to have those gusty winds in the Salinas Valley, up and over some of our hills and around the immediate coast. I do think the winds will be just slightly stronger this afternoon, though you probably won't notice the difference compared to the last few days, but we could have those occasional gusts anywhere between that 25 to 35 mile per hour range later on this afternoon into this evening. And then once again, those winds will die down through the overnight hours. So again, low clouds, we're seeing them very widespread once again this morning, dealing with some patchy fog, more hazy conditions out there than fog. And we're also seeing a little bit of drizzle, at least we were about an hour ago, though not enough for any measurable totals. Now we're going to keep those clouds around the coast most of the morning once again. Mostly sunny skies though once we hit that 10 a.m. hour, and we will eventually start to see some clearing on the north side of the bay as we roll into the afternoon. Northwesterly winds, as I mentioned, going to keep those low clouds on the south and east side of the bay. It is possible we could see maybe a little bit of fog out there as well. Those low clouds will fill back in once again, rinse and repeat cycle, and then eventually through the overnight hours becoming more widespread. Tomorrow morning we're going to see those gray skies for most locations, patchy fog, maybe a little bit of drizzle tomorrow as well. It's looking like maybe some of our coastal cities do have a better chance to see some drizzle tomorrow morning, so we'll keep watching that for you. 70s though for the north side of the bay, upper 70s to low 80s, so cooling it down in the San Lorenzo Valley this afternoon. Most of the Santa Cruz Mountains will be in those upper 70s with low 60s for Davenport, but Davenport you're actually going to be a touch warmer this afternoon. Now again, north side of the bay we'll see a little bit more sunshine, so a little bit warmer in those upper 60s, but those northwesterly winds keeping the clouds on the east side of the bay, Marina, Castroville in those low 60s, mid 60s for Salinas, 77 in Hollister, low 80s for the Santa Clara Valley. So again, inland areas cooling down. Not much change around the peninsula today. Most areas will be in those low 60s, and as we head into the Salinas Valley, we're going to see those highs in those upper 60s to mid 70s for really the north side of the valley. Once you head south, we'll see those 80s, 90s still for some of our interior locations with upper 60s around the Big Sur coast.